Even when most other Housewives shows would have a filler episode, it'll be kind of mid, boring. Not over here in Salt Lake City. Even their filler episodes leading up to the mayhem is good. Not even good, exceptional. Oh my God, these ladies. Oh my God. RHOSLC is really giving me old school Roni vibes. It's loony, it's drama filled, it's insane. Like, it's everything you want in a Housewives show, and I am just obsessed. Hello, everyone. This is Keisha, and I am here with my all tea, all shade Real Housewives of Salt Lake City Season 6, Episode 6 review. So the episode begins with Heather calling Angie to check on her after the fiasco that happened at Whitney's brunch. And she asks her about Mary, and she was like, I invited her over and everything because basically she knows she effed up, right? So Heather was like, you wasn't even around, or Lisa wasn't around when I mentioned that I'm going to host a trip and we're all going to go to an island on a super yacht. So they're going to like partner up with Beyond the Deck or whatever, one of them damn shows. So everybody is super excited about this. They are really bringing out the cast trips earlier in the season, and I'm really loving it. Then we go to Bronwyn and Todd. They go to get ice cream. And baby, he seemed annoyed already. Like, Todd does not want to be there. He does not want to be on camera. Okay, he is so cantankerous. So she goes on to talk about how she's so excited about her ice cream sundae and how she hates when he takes her maraschino cherry off and eats it because that's her favorite part. And what does Todd do? He literally takes it and eats it and looks her dead in the eye like... Gotcha, bitch. She was like, are you kidding me? Like, I just told you how much I hate that. And he did it, obviously, to get underneath her skin. But I think that was Todd's way of flirting, too. So she talks to him about the girls and everything that happened. And he could care less, okay? He could literally give a rat's ass, all right? And she then goes on to question if she gave up on her friendship with Lisa too soon. I'm like Todd, looking at her like, you are tap dancing on my last nerve, Bronwyn, because how could you possibly think that you might have given up on that friendship too early? Have you met Lisa? Have you not been around her for the last 2 years filming this show? Like, what do you mean? Like, that's the best decision you could have ever made by distancing yourself from her. So she then goes on to tell him about the psychic and how the psychic was saying that, you know, her mama got health issues and everything, but he don't believe it. He doesn't believe it at all. And she gets emotional because she says that it really hurts her feelings when he doesn't show interest in the things that really matter to her. And he apologizes and everything, but it was just a very uncomfortable moment because Todd is very much a no nonsense type of man. He one of them people where I done already told you how I felt about this shit once. I'm not about to continue to have these conversations with you time and time again. You gonna do what you want to do. You do it. That's all up on you. I'm very much like that as well. I don't have time to continue to go over shit with you 50 million times, especially when it's with some toxic drama that you can literally avoid if you really want to, you know? So I felt a little bad for Bronwyn because Bronwyn is very needy. And a needy person being married to an unapologetic, emotionally almost unavailable person is a recipe for disaster. I don't know how these two work in a relationship. I don't know. Their relationship is very interesting to me because there is love there. It's just odd. So Lisa is at the crib packing for the trip, and she's talking to her husband, John, about the psychic and how the psychic said that they're having communication problems. And John immediately rolls his eyes, and we have never gotten this John ever before. John is the fuck over it. John has checked the fuck out. He is done and tired of Lisa's ass. For the last 5 seasons, we have seen him being the loving, doting husband that she fucking ignores, that she doesn't listen to, who is literally like a puppy dog when it comes to her, that she could not be further bothered with. But baby, something then shifted in John. John maybe done seen a couple of episodes and was like, she got me fucked up. Got me over here looking like a goddamn punk. So Lisa says in her confessional that she cries to her dad about being tired because she handles everything and she wants John to be there for her more, I guess, to pick up some of the slack and this, that, and the third. And do I believe her when she says that she does everything and that John pretty much does nothing? I don't believe that. Because we have seen that man be her lapdog for the last 5 years. Her literal lapdog, who she literally treats like crap. So John says, we aren't on the same page because I don't think you want to hear what I have to say because in your head, you already think you're right. And I said, come on, John. Come on, dear John. John spoke a motherfucking word because that is the absolute truth. Lisa always thinks she's right. She's never wrong. And everybody in her life is getting sick and tired of her and her shenanigans. Period. So after that, Lisa says, well, the other day you said you could listen to me to show me that what I say matters. I think there's some truth to what you said, but I don't think it's just me. And John was like, okay, girl, of course you don't think it's just you. Of course you have to place blame elsewhere because God forbid Lisa is in the wrong. God forbid. Baby, I was living for John. I was living for him. Lisa was like, we've been together for a long time and nothing's perfect. And John said, well, everything you do is perfect. It's just me. Ooh. Ooh. Baby, John is getting spicy. I don't know who he had to talk to. He might have been talking to Todd or something. Todd must have told him, nigga, you better get up on your good foot. Start checking that bitch. Treat her like I treat Bronwyn. Something. Because, baby, John got a look. Arch in his back, okay? He's standing on business with Lisa this year. He is not playing with her. I'm like, yes, John, you better. You motherfucking better, nigga. I was so proud of him because about time. That is long overdue for him to put Lisa in her place and stop letting her think that the shit that she be doing is okay because it's simply not. So the highlight of this episode, well, one of the highlights, Mary visits Angie at her home. And Angie opens the door for Mary, and Mary was like, "Oh, you opened the door for me? Because normally I have to just let myself in. Like I'm shocked. Let's just get this thing started." And she was like, "Here, I brought you something to drink. I know you would like this. This has 59 grams of sugar, Angie. Are you out of your damn mind? Are you trying to make me a diabetic? Huh? Are you trying to raise my GLP? What is wrong with you? Huh? I'm not drinking this. Here, you." Take this. No, I'm not. No. Well, Mary, have a seat. I put out a nice charcuterie board for you. Want to make sure everything is nice. Y'all, and I'm sitting there looking like, Angie, calm down. Like she was trying to do everything in her power to butter Mary up, and Mary was not budging. She was looking at them cheese and crackers like, girl, if you don't get this shit out my face, what she should have did is hit her with some Louis Vuitton. Y'all know she loves some Louis, all right? Mary was giving away Louis Vuitton gift season 1 to them heifers. She should have came with a Louis gift. This is what she should have gave Mary. She should have slid this on over to the table. and was like, here, Mary, I'm so sorry for everything we've gone through. I just want to give you this token of my affection because you're my bestie. Look at this beautiful Louis Vuitton wallet. Y'all, isn't this chic? Oh my goodness. I've been in need of a wallet, and this Louis Vuitton one is fantabulous. Oh my God. I got this from Us Bags. Shout out to them. And they sent me this magnificent Louis Vuitton wallet, which I am obsessed with. It is so chic. The black pebbled leather is everything. And I love that it has the Louis Vuitton lock on the front. That's just so chic. It's like it's not doing too much and it's not doing too little. You guys, if you want to purchase this, it will be listed down below in the description box, and you can use my 5% code PYNK. Yes, to get 5% off. Shout out once again to Us Bags, because this is a gift that will please anybody. This will make a great I'm sorry gift, a great Christmas gift, a great birthday gift, a great Father's Day, Mother's Day, just because gift. This is beautiful, and I am obsessed with this wallet. It is so chic. This is how it looks when you open her up. It has so many different compartments. You can put your cards here. Then you have the open wallet part right here where you can put your cash if you have any. Then you have this compartment right here that you can pop open. You can put some coins or whatever you want over in this area. I love this. This is so chic. I'm obsessed, and I cannot wait to carry this. Once again, you guys, shout out to Us Bags. If you want to purchase this or anything else from Us Bags, the link is down below in the description box, and use code PYNK for 5% off. Thank me later. Now back to scheduled programming. So once she gets Mary seated, Mary, Angie apologizes really quickly because she knows that she messed up, and she says to Mary that I know you was trying to help me. And so Angie was like, this is the bully on the playground situation. And Mary was like, that you're becoming. Shazam. Ooh, Mary called her out. And I was like, come on, Mary, you better speak the truth. And so immediately Angie is put off by this. Like, how dare you tell me that I'm in the wrong? So Angie was like, but Mary, I'm not bullying her. I'm responding. And Mary says, but you get so angry that you can't even focus and you don't even hear people. We are in a sisterhood and I can't even get you to calm down. Then what am I here for? How are you allowing someone to get you that mad to the point it's affecting our friendship? That's where the problem is. You get so caught up into something that is not important. You lashed out at me. You're supposed to be my sister, but you're not. And baby, Mary read Angie for filth and got her together in a very lovingly, sisterly friendship way, because this is the type of friendship that you need. You need somebody in your life that's going to tell you when you're in the wrong as well. And even though she is defending herself against Lisa, it's becoming so much that it's consuming Angie. And Angie is being mean and doing team too much. And like Mary said, you're usually the calm, cool, collected one. And like you getting down in the mud right along with her. You know what I'm saying? And that's not you, and that's not who you should want to be. And I really loved that Mary held her accountable for her part in it. And Angie was like, I am your sister. Mary was like, no, you're not. Find another one. So Angie was like, I don't want to be on eggshells, and I don't want to feel like you're mad at me for being me. And Mary says, but you're different lately. You're in a space where I don't know who you are, and you're a little bit mean. Like when you made fun of my fart.
Let us pray the pimp spray up. Lord, please please pray for the soul of this bitch and guide my pimp hand and make it strong, Lord, so that she might learn a whole's place. Amen. Amen. Yeah.
Y'all, I was done for when that lady said, like when you made fun of my fart. And they give us a flashback from a week before when Angie had Bronwyn and Mary over to her house. And Mary, as they were taking the toast, was like, ooh, I got gas. And after that, Angie started making fart jokes about Mary, saying, now that Mary got gas, this, that, and the third. And you could tell Mary did not like the fact that she kept on going with it. And so Mary was like, the dog was the one that farted. I didn't fart. I just told you I had gas. And then the dog was the one that stank. And then you was trying to make it seem like it was me. And you just kept on going with it. And I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. It was mean, man, Angie. It was mean. So Angie started laughing. And she was like, it's not funny, Angie. It's really not funny. And so Angie was like, look, come here. And she takes Mary by the hand. And Mary was like, we're not ready yet. Mary was like, I don't want to lose you, but you have to understand me too. I pulled back in certain situations when I feel a level of disrespect. And I feel like you've reached those places with me more than I can handle. That is such good communication. A lot of people might look at Mary like she's harsh, like she's brash, but that's how you have to be with people. You have to be straight up with people and tell them where you stand on situations. And I really loved how she expressed herself to Angie in that moment where she didn't beat around the bush. She was very clean and concise, but she didn't do it in a derogatory way. She was simply acknowledging how she feels and how she wants to be treated and how you've been doing things that don't align with me. Emotionally, spiritually, whatever. That's how friendship should be. So Mary in her confessional cries and was like, I don't let people in. I'm built that way. But when I do, you know what you mean to me. You know, I have you on a pedestal. I want the best for you. I want you to thrive. I want you to always win. I'm the type that when I have love, I have real love. And when you don't love me back, I can turn around and never look back. I will unmemorize your existence. Y'all, that resonated so deep with me because that is me to a T. I have a very small circle of friends. It is very rare when I make new friends because, baby, you are on the probation list for a long time before I let you in. I don't play about my feelings, my time, my space, my peace, or none of that. But once you in, you in. My friends know that I love them to life. I will do anything for them, will go beyond and above for them. But if you cross me, you will never hear from me again, bitch. You will never be able to breathe the same air as me, bitch. I will run over you with a 4x4 big truck wheeler, something shit. No, I don't play like that. I resonated so deeply with Mary when she said that because it reminded me so much of myself. So Andy was like, Angie says, you're my person and I'm yours and you know it. And I was like, just kiss each other already. You lesbians, you scissor sisters. So Mary was like, I didn't come here to cry. I came here to tell you off. She was like, deep down, I don't think I could live my life without you. And I said, oh, look at the lipstick lesbians. So Angie was like, I love you deeply and I will work on myself. And they hug each other and Mary smiles. And I loved that Angie listened to her. She didn't continue to make excuses. She took responsibility for her wrongdoings. And it was beautiful because that's how friendship should be. You should be able to go to your friends and have these kind of conversations and people not be offended or be insulted. I really love their friendship. I really, really, really do love their friendship. And Angie literally just posted a video on her page. I think it was either last night or today because she had a little small group of people over to watch the first episode of Wife Swap that she was on, and Mary and Heather were over there to her house, and the family that she swapped with came and surprised her. And Mary was so excited to meet them. She was jumping up and down. She was hugging everybody. You can tell she and Electra have a great relationship with each other. It was just really beautiful. And I really love their friendship. I really, truly do. And I think that a lot of us do. That's why we don't like to see when they get into it. But Heather goes shopping with Lisa, who asks on the trip, can she bring her glam? And Heather was like, no, sorry, you can't. Now, Lisa was about to have a conniption fit, because what the hell is she going to do without her glam? Because without her glam, she feel like she is a walking corpse bride. Don't she look like the corpse bride? Oh my God, that's what she should be for Halloween. She looked just like the corpse bride. I watched it over the weekend too. Oh my God. So Heather tells her that Angie is coming on a trip. And Lisa was like, that'll be nice for her because she's never been on a luxury trip like this before. Taking a dig, a cheap shot, and Heather looking at her like, we're not about to do this. So Heather was like, I'm not going to haze Angie. And Lisa says, I'm tired of her attacks. I think she gets high off of it. And Heather was like, I didn't see that on her at all. She was crying. And Lisa says, crying for what? Because she's a mean bitch. And Heather says, Lisa, if she's a mean bitch, you're a mean bitch. And I said, well, wait one motherfucking minute. Has Heather clocked in to work finally? Does Heather have a mind of her own for once? What gave her this vibrato to finally step up to Lisa? I feel like somebody must have told her, bitch, you need to stop kissing her ass because you look crazy. Because the switch is just so quick and just unexpected. Like, I was not expecting for Heather to come the way that she did in this scene. You could tell that Lisa was even caught off guard because she's so used to Heather just letting her say what the fuck ever and going along with it. So Lisa was like, I want to know what you think I did wrong. She talked about my kid's brand. I'm sick of her nasty digs. And Heather says, I think she's sick of yours. Lisa says, I didn't dig at her. And Heather says, are you kidding me? Like, this is Lisa's problem. She doesn't think that she does anything wrong. She tries to deflect. She tries to gaslight people. And everybody has caught on to her bullshit and they are sick of it. So Heather says, what about Soup Man? And she was like, Suit Man? She was like, wait a minute. Soup or suit? She was like, Suit Man. We all thought she said soup. So she was like, I don't know nothing about that. So she literally admits that she made that up. She was lying. And so that got Heather even looking at her even more crazy, because now you just lying and just making up shit. Like, that's not cool. That's not cool at all. And Heather was like, there's a reason why no one ever rides hard for you. And I think it's because they've all been burned by you. Oh, baby, why did she say that? Because here go Lisa and the theatrics. You know what? Well, maybe I just don't need to go on the trip. Maybe I don't need to go. Yeah, maybe I don't need to go. Girl, the fake tears be cracking me up because she goes in and out from crying to yelling. She can't even keep up with the bullshit. So Lisa fake crying, I really didn't think I was coming here for this today. And Heather says, you cannot sit here and expect for me to let you diss her and say she's done all these horrible things and not look at you and say you have too. I was so proud of Heather. So proud of her. Because y'all know how I feel about Meatloaf. She gets on my everlasting nerve. She is a kiss ass. But I was so happy that she has finally found her nutsack and had the balls to tell Lisa that she's fucking wrong. About freaking time. Still don't like that hoe. Still don't like her and her square jaw. But yeah. So, Lisa says, well, if she doesn't talk about me, I won't talk about her. Don't count my money. I don't count hers. It's not that hard to count. I can count her money. It would be really fucking easy. Why does it always go back to materialistic things with you, Lisa? Because that's what you base your whole life on. That's why your husband's sick of you. Your kids sick of you. Your cast members are sick of you. The court system is sick of you. Your wrinkles are sick of you. Like, everybody is sick and tired of you, bitch. Ain't you tired of you? Oh my God, you are insufferable. So Lisa in her confession was like, the nerve of her to say this shit to me right now. It's like, Heather, are you fucking blind and deaf? Because clearly you don't see every time somebody has come for me, and it started with you. Now she blaming Heather. Now she blaming Heather for season 1 for Heather calling her out on saying that basically she was a slut and a whore in college. You hazed that girl, and you mad because she pointed out that you a fucking mean girl? That's why I'm like, Heather, she never saw it for you. She will never see it for you. She only was befriending you for an ally. She don't like you for real. Look at how quickly she switched up on you as soon as you called her out. As soon as you called her out. Now you deaf, dumb, blind, and crazy. And it's all your fault. So she then says, you know how much I've put up with Heather? Oh, and I'm glad I could give you your book title. Oh, now she's taking ownership of the fact that her calling her a good time girl, and she named her book that. Like, now you're taking all the credit for it because it was a dig and she took that dig and made money off of it. Like, Lisa is just such a jealous person. She don't want to see nobody doing better than her. Nobody. If you're doing better than her, she has a problem with that. She likes people to be under her. So they get to arguing at the register. The poor little white girls that worked there didn't know what to do, Jesus. They didn't know if they should cry, call their mama to come pick them up for work early. Them little girls didn't know what the hell to do. So Heather was like, I want to get it off my chest too. When I hear her say this, I'm like, she's not wrong. We all feel a little bullied by that stuff. You're a risky fucking friend. Yeah, because being Lisa's friend is like playing freaking Russian roulette. You don't know what the hell you gonna get. So, Lisa then says, I don't feel like I am, and I'm tired of being labeled that way. Well, girl, if you tired of being labeled that way, how about you stop acting like a goddamn asshole to people? Just be normal. Maybe you don't know how to be. I don't know. But you're weird. You're weird, and you have nothing but a lot of hatred in your heart. So Britani meets with her daughter, Olivia, child. And Olivia looked like she could be one of Heather's kids. So when Olivia walks into the coffee shop, she literally does not know whether to give her mother a handshake, just look at her ass, or hug her. The hug was so freaking awkward. I was cringing, and I was very saddened by the situation to see a mother and daughter like that. So they sit down, and Britani brings up how in her confessional, she brings up how the psychic telling her that she needs to work on her relationship with her daughter, that's what prompted her to reach out to her daughter. Not when Whitney talked to her, but it was the psychic. Okay, yeah, sure. So she then goes to tell her daughter a story about how when she was a little girl, she used to have tantrums and stuff about wanting coffee, and how she would give her steamers. And she was like, you don't remember that? And she was like, no, I was 4. Like, sorry, no, not a core memory. Awkward. Britani was literally sitting there looking at that little girl like I thought we would bond over that, but okay. It was so awkward. So Olivia says, do you remember the last time we tried this? Britani says no. Olivia says, I had a 30-minute break between jobs, so I came over to your house. Then Jared came at the same time, and then you guys just started making out in front of me. Didn't even glance at me. Y'all, my mouth dropped because I was like, what in the fuck? Who does that? Who does that? Britani literally behaves like a movie, like a mom in like a Lifetime movie, like them type of mothers that you just can't even believe exist in this world. I could never ever sit up there and make out with no man in front of my child or my grown child. It's just disgusting. And it's like, what? She comes over there to spend time with you to real quick. and you disregard her and start making out with your man in front of her, bitch, you would have never saw me again. Like, that is so disrespectful and disgusting. I know they had to have traumatized that girl. Because it's like, you're not even my mother. It's like, who are you? It's giving like friendship vibes. And if that, it's weird, bro. So, Britani was like, I know, I'm really sorry about that. Like, she talks about this situation like she stepped on somebody's foot and she said, I'm sorry. Like, it's so weird. Olivia says, so now that he's not here, you're giving me your full attention, which I appreciate, but I want you to want to get to know me and to want to spend time with me over anyone, especially someone you're dating, not dating, whatever. Which is valid. Like, how better can she put it? Britani was like, I know, I don't even know why that happened. I've been in the habit of choosing men so long because I have kids that I don't even get to see. And Olivia was like, nuh-uh, bitch, not today, Satan. She said, yeah, but you can't put that on us. You can't talk about how sad you are that you have kids that don't talk to you because, bitch, it's your fault. Like, no, we're not going to do that. I love how that little girl stood on business. She said, bitch, you can play for the cameras or for these other folks, but you're not about to play in front of me, in my face. Bitch, you want it to film? We gonna tell it. We gonna tell it all, okay? And Britani was like, I'm trying to get to know you. I'm trying. And Olivia in her confessional says that her mom was a very present mom growing up. But after the divorce, when she got remarried, it was like a switch turned off in her head and she completely changed. She was like, to go from my mom, who was very present, who came to everything with me, to then having to beg for her attention was so hard. She says, because I knew that she could be a loving mother that cared about her kids. And so I'm wondering what happened to Britani. Did something traumatic happen to her that made her switch up and change? Did she get married young or something and she felt like she didn't get to live out her youth and be young and dating and free before she got married and had kids? That's the only thing that I can logically think of, is that she's trying to get her youth back. That's the only thing that I could think of, is that she feels robbed of that period of her life. Because nothing else literally makes sense unless something traumatic happened to this lady and she had like some type of mental break. Because Britani literally acts like she does not compute 1 + 1 and that it equals 2. Like, there's literally something off in her brain. You see it written all over her face when she's having these kind of conversations with people. It's like she doesn't calculate what is being said to her. Like, there's literally something wrong with her. Literally. So, Olivia says, I think it's important that you take accountability that I wanted a mom. What kid is like, yeah, I don't want my mom to raise me. I would really love to talk to my dad about periods. And Britani was like, that's so sad, Olivia. I'm so sorry. I don't know how to make it better because I can't go back. And she's crying. And Olivia was like, I know that, but when I put myself in your shoes, I would never do that. So why did you? And Britani was like, I don't know. See, that's a bunch of bullshit. The I don't know part is the bullshit. Because you know why you're doing these things. For whatever reason, she doesn't want to talk about it. She doesn't want to admit it, but she knows. So Olivia says, I think it's important for you to figure out why you prioritized a man over me so it doesn't happen again, because it truly is my biggest fear. At this point, Olivia's crying, and she says it did kind of feel like it was me, like I was the issue here. Because that's what any child would think if their mama just switched up on them like that mid in their, growing up years of their life, and they mama just flip on them. You would think that I did something wrong. Does she not like me? Does she not love me? Am I not behaving the way? Is she not proud of me? I felt so bad for that young lady. So bad for her. And Britani says, I'm so sorry. Of course it wasn't you. It was me. You're my precious baby. And Olivia says that you know nothing about. And Brittany was like, I want to get to know you. And Olivia was like, I don't want to get hurt again. And I pray to God that lady don't hurt that little girl or her other siblings any more than she already has. If you know that you're not going to step up and be a mother to these kids, leave them the fuck alone and let them go on with their life. If you're really not going to put forth the effort to getting yourself mentally and emotionally together and figuring out why you're acting the way that you are or acknowledging the reason why you are the way you are now, then leave them kids alone. Leave them alone. If you're not going to do it, Brittany, just leave them alone because it's fucked up. It really honestly is. And that little girl has built such a wall around her heart when it comes to her mama. Because the way that she was able to sit there and talk to her and be so clear and concise about it, and it took so long for the tears to even come. That little girl has built up a wall where she like, I'll be damned if you gonna hurt me. And I don't blame her. I really honestly don't. Britani gives me Britney Spears vibes. Like, maybe she needed to be under conservative shift because something ain't right. Meredith and Heather link up and discuss Lisa. And Heather says, I used to think she was truly fearless, but if she was fearless, she'd say these things to our face and not drop them in other people's buckets. Baby, I don't know what the hell is going on with Heather now, but Heather is activated. She is telling anybody that will listen that Lisa ain't shit now. So Heather in her confessional says Lisa has a very specific move, and it is to dig up dark skeletons. She did it to Meredith. She did it to Whitney. She's doing it with Angie. I don't know why she does it, but she should have evolved by now. Well, duh, but that ain't gonna happen no time soon. And it was crazy that she was having this conversation with Meredith because in the next scene, we see that she's done it again. And Heather was right. Heather been peep game. I think that maybe at this point, she's realizing that Lisa has not changed and that she really don't fuck with her for real. So why am I even wasting my time trying to kiss her ass and be her friend? Heather was like, why did you let Lisa off the hook at Whitney's party? And Meredith says, when we had our falling out a few years ago, she did profusely apologize to me for years. And Heather says, and you know why? Because she was caught. She couldn't deflect, so she owned it. And I felt like at Whitney's brunch, she was caught. And I'm surprised she didn't just own it. And that is the only reason why she apologized to Meredith, because there was nothing to hide behind, nothing to try to confuse Meredith or the other ladies about. She had to flat out apologize. Had to. So Meredith was like, but what if she didn't do it? And Heather said, Meredith, she did it. She did it. She said that shit about you. And I mean, come on now. And Meredith knows. Meredith is just trying to play stupid. So Meredith was like, I don't have a good track record with Angie. At this point, she says she didn't do it, so I have to give her the benefit of the doubt until I'm shown otherwise. Heather was like, it's going to keep happening if we keep looking the other way. A lot of us have said, I'm sorry, but I would like for Lisa to say I'm sorry for a few things too. And that is the God's honest truth, because Lisa has never fully apologized for none of the fuck shit that she's been doing over the last some odd years. So then at the end of the episode, the ladies are preparing for the cast trip, and Angie and Whitney ask Mary, have they heard about what's going on in the news with Bronwyn? She was like, no. And they tell her, well, apparently she was involved in identity theft. And Mary was like, what? So then Bronwyn in her confessional says, there are two separate things happening here. I had an eviction notice after I left BYU, and I had to pay it later. Then they're saying that I allegedly committed crimes current day in the last year. Identity theft, grand theft, and fraud. What actually happened was 10 years ago, but it's been a case that was dismissed and then later sealed. And I can't legally talk about what my involvement was with that. Okay, once again, I ain't no legal eagle. But if the case was dismissed, why was it sealed? And why can't you legally talk about it if it was dismissed, which would mean that Either there wasn't enough evidence to convict you or find you guilty, or you were not guilty. Any legal eagles out there can let me know what this means, because I'm confused, because it's giving, did you do it? That's what it's giving. Like she was involved in something nefarious. So Bronwyn meets up with Todd about all of this, who calls it some BS. And she points out how this headline is affecting him and his business, his credibility and everything else. And she apologizes for that. But he seems like he has her back regardless. He tells her that she shouldn't go on this cash trip with Lisa because he wouldn't piss on her if her brain was on fire. And I said, oh, baby, Todd hate that bitch. Todd hates Lisa, and I do not blame him. Do not blame him whatsoever. So Bronwyn even states that she knows 9 times out of 10 it was Lisa behind this. And it's like, duh. You thought she was going to let you get away with sunning her in front of everybody at that party? Oh, baby, she was setting you up for the kill, okay? Ha! Just like she got Angie ass back, you thought she was just going to let that shit ride? Okay. So Ty says, if you go, okay, you're a big girl, but don't come home crying about you and Lisa if y'all get into it. Because once again, he done told your dumb ass. He done told your stupid ass. But I don't think that she goes on this cash trip. If I remember correctly, she didn't go. She heeded his advice for once. I can't wait to get more information on this because it's giving guilty. Don't know. If this was 10 years ago, was this before she got with Todd? Because haven't her and Todd been together for maybe 10 or 12 years? So I want to know, when did this exactly happen? Was it before her and Todd got married? And she could have been over there doing some scamming and some scheming for, you know, financial reasons, because she was a single mama. But yeah, it's giving, I don't know, Bronwyn, I don't know, Bernie, it's giving guilty. It's looking kind of shady. I don't know. But this was another excellent episode of RHOSLC. The ladies are just incredible. I love this cast of women. I'm excited for next week's episode. Once again, if you guys want to get any inspired luxury brands, hit up usbags.ru.com, whatever you want to say. It's down below in the description box, as well as the link to this specific wallet. Use my code PYNK for 5% off. Love you guys. Please make sure to thumbs up this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on your post notifications so you know my videos drop. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.